Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy MC Fire. Market's gonna open here in about 1 minute and 32 seconds. This is the Tuesday, I guess the 19th uh, of November, and we are kind of monitoring this Nike push from yesterday, kind of overnight action, considerable drop there. We took the play and kind of recapped it from yesterday, but pushing past the lows there into the $74 region. Really kind of liking what we're seeing here. So that's pretty good. I guess you could say it's kind of at its lows or a little bit past it. The Q's kind of taking a hit as well. Not really seeing too much there. Big drop on the Q's, about $3 worth of price action for the Q's going into the open. It is seeing a little bit of a bounce though, because it was way lower, but getting down to as far as 494. So not too bad for the Qs. We don't have any hedge protection there. We're kind of looking to see if it breaks that level in regular trading. So it's kind of more of a double. We do want to see it break. If it's going to break, it'll probably break during regular trading hours because it bounced at that level. So we want to respect the buyers. But if there is continued selling action below that level, it'll be a major trend line break for that, right? Already out the gate, we have some pretty significant price on the gap. You also got SYM. We'll take a look at that real quick. You're going to have a lot of that going on here. So your SYM, wow, absolutely cracking the ceiling there. I think we're still in SYM. Are we in SYM? I'll make sure. SYK. So I think we put an alert for SYM to kind of see if it hit a level or broke through a level. But yeah, it is definitely did that. Already kind of gapped above where we kind of want to enter. So sometimes they just get away from you, man. But there was it's basically earnings play here for SYM. So Meta's in play. Everything's kind of going to be in play today. Lots going on, obviously. So let's see what we got here. A little bit of a sell-off. Meta, nice. That's ball in the day. A couple of these, yeah. So it's not looking too hot for the market. The market probably the Bears are going to be winning today as the morning starts, but you never know. It's going to be a long day. This is the open, but they are setting the tone for the day. I think we saw ELV in there too. Not really breaking. I'll pull this down a little bit. Boom. Nice, but at this rate, it's probably not going to break that. Actually, the edge will already be dispersed. I normally want it within the 4 days, so not too much. We could kind of take a look at some plays. SYK, it's kind of pulled back pretty significant. Most of our stuff is pulled back pretty significant, except for XLV and Nike. They're kind of working their stuff, but SYK has pulled back. Let's see SYK here. There is a plan that if it pulls back to this level, we'll go ahead and lick our wounds and call it. It really did push yesterday, but it's since pulled back, so it's a little extended, almost up to the 3 ATR in there. But we do want to stay in the uptrend for as long as possible, if we can, and pull it if we need to pull it. We also have most of these negative ones. They're ones that we just kind of have open. We've already rolled, probably take some profits. Already took rolls or profits from those. So not too much to say about that. One just kind of got away from us, and since it's already as low as it is, we'll just let it do its thing. See if it comes out right. Can only get positive from here. So we'll go take a look at BKR and Nike, just for some perspective. BKR, boom, we are in that. It is since pulling back, and kind of a nice channel up there for a nice homer. Hit the 3 ATR homer from the very tight. This is kind of what you want to see here. Really coming straight out of the zone, above the previous week's high. Kind of met that marker, also met this marker in open water. It's not like earnings or anything like that. It was just kind of happened, and we like to see that, and then it just shows that the sellers are really not there, and you get a clean buy trigger. So it does pop off, and now it's kind of trending sideways, which I'm okay with. But yeah, we want to see more out of that. And then go back to Nike here, and we'll go take a look at some other things that are happening. Yeah, I see that push, and it's not playing around. Nike's already probably had 20% return on investment, and that would just be in the last 2 days. So the average winner that we've seen, that I guess we're what the analysts would say average winner is 20 to 40%. So that 20 to 40% is pretty insane. Yeah, SYM coming in, coming in at very high. I don't think we have SYM at all, but the fact that it is just absolutely just taking off there is crazy. I did highlight this one for my brother. I guess I was watching this, and I was watching it for the uptrend here, looking for the dip. There was significant buying on, obviously, earnings, them going positive, and then boom, absolute explosion. So we were looking for something a little bit tighter, but remember, we're not trying to get in too many plays unless it's exactly this, the plays that we want, that we love to see, where guys are getting off sides. Sometimes these just naked buy triggers they don't work out as effectively, and but this one did. This one worked out really effectively, right? Coming off earnings. So shout out to it with the trend change too. Nice trend change. It has been kind of in a slump too. To see it get a bounce is good. I think it changes to right here. I'm gonna do that. Boom. Cannons and confetti. So that's really all I really have as a day kind of plays out. First 5 minutes. First 5 minutes of the day. Let's go see what else we have as regards to a SPY. Probably going to mirror the Qs in its attempt to pull back. Something to note, right? We do want to see if it breaks above or below these certain levels, right? If it gets above, that's kind of what we want to see, but we do want to know who's in control, and that's really kind of important to us on the day. Kind of that triggered candle in this level. This level is kind of important too, because it could fall pretty fast. So just having some hedge in there for the fall, for the overall market, could be something just to kind of blunt in the fall. You don't have to hedge your entire portfolio, but it would be nice to have something. So you say, yeah, well, I wasn't stagnant. No deer in the headlight action. But that's the plan. Stop out above the high, take it rotational down, early pivot, or if you want to be 1-1, you can take it off here. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive here, or even here, you're ultra aggressive. I wouldn't say I'd be looking to be ultra aggressive. This is a positive, very net positive market, and things are kind of looking up. But I wouldn't attribute that to any one thing. The market's going to do what the market's going to do, and we're gonna roll with those punches. Let's go look at some TLT. Nothing really there. They do have some of this going on. It was a kind of a trigger to get in slightly yesterday. We'll put it again if there is another opportunity. We will take it to the downside. This is kind of what you want to see, but it's a little too far. A little too far for my taste, but it's enough to get you down to 3 ATR with a nice stop out at kind of the high here being tight. So something to think about for TLT. I'm going to go pop over and look at some gold and silver real quick. pulling back, but as you can see, it's pulling back, but emphasis on a potential for a long play here. Actually, with these sellers kind of getting caught, it could break that. So we're gonna want to see it really break that high. If it starts to go, it'll be a good look for us to go ahead and get some on GLD. And we'll go look at also silver. Silver probably is going to be a little bit of the same story. They don't one for one track. I think silver typically lags gold, but that's there. So right in the silver subsidiary, yeah, nice pullback. Definitely an opportunity to take the buy there. So holding it a little longer as gold and silver do find its strength here. Catching these sellers off sides wouldn't actually be a bad idea. We could take this play if we wanted to, but not necessarily looking to get into more plays, kind of looking to get out of some, but we'll take this. So this is a perfect opportunity to show you. So the sellers are here. We will respect all of our buyers. So we'll because it's close enough, I'll give it the leeway, right? A little bit more of a 4-bar professional there, but we'll take it. We'll take a nice juicy buy here. We'll get it for, let's say, 3 weeks, or I guess we have to get it for a month here. Shout out to it there. We only got 60 strikes, but it doesn't have a lot on the menu. We'll go all strikes since it's yeah, there's like nothing here. You essentially have to buy a call or buy a put. There's like nothing there. So but we are gonna get it with protection though. That's one thing we're gonna do. It'll be a 9 delta, and we'll get it with some protection. It's almost like the protection's almost like non-existent, but we have it. Boom, there it is. We got a vertical. Nothing too crazy. 2.5 to 5. Let's go look at the chart real quick. This is 2.5. Yeah, so you'd be up here to where you'd want to like take it off at 5. And 2.5, you're in the money at 1. I mean, geez. This thing is not liquid at all. We probably won't have anybody to unload it to until it gets to 5. So 4 weeks, can it do it? Maybe. I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch. The odds are definitely not in our favor on this one. Yeah, we won't put it on. We won't put it on. Yeah, the odds are not in our favor on that one. It's not as liquid as we'd like, so it's not something that we'll take. But the play is there. But I wouldn't necessarily put on the option. You can buy shares though. You can buy shares. So we can actually take a buy there for the shares because they're so cheap. Let's see. Okay, so 100 shares for we'll just do 50. I don't know if I want to do 50 of this guy. What would it be? Confirm its end. Yeah, it'd be about $100. Nothing too crazy. That way if we want to offload it, we can. So yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. We'll confirm this in. So we'll put an arrow there, and what the arrow represents to us is the buy. So a couple of triggers for gold and silver. on the buy here, so we might take that money right there for gold as well. Gold's more astute play, because gold's really been in a lot of the news lately, and people are telling people to buy gold and all this other stuff. I would say, if physical gold is I would think more preferred than regular gold. A physical gold is more preferred than, excuse me, you have it on paper or on here or something. But at these prices, they're gonna spot it above anyway. So I would definitely I would definitely consider, like, at these prices, just running it from paper. That means like on here with GLD or what have you not. So now this one's a little bit more liquid. GLD, that is, getting it for, let's say, 20, let's do this, a couple of days. We could go for the calls, and we'll do the 50-20 here. As there's more, let's say the VIX is rising, we could take a look at the VIX. I don't mind putting on this play because it is a kind of almost a hedge against the market. So we'll let that sit out there and hopefully it gets filled. While it's doing that, we can go take a peek at the VIX and see, what's popping off. So VIX is actually, it popped up, but it's currently on the day down. But let's see what the overall trend for the VIX is. Really low, really low. So that's good. That's good. No fear in the market is good, but gold and silver is just a hedge in case things get worse. You never know. But yeah, not gonna make this one an extremely long video here. We'll go to flex grid and go ahead and put if it comes back down, it's already got some pushing power, so we kind of want to get filled. We might force it through, but it'll probably pull back to VWAP, maybe test and push. We'll see. Get filled there. I gotta wait for it though. See what else we got. We'll close this. That's bear in the day. Should be a lot more than that. Oh, that's full bear. Sorry. There we go. Yep. Bear on the day. We'll take a peek at meta here. So meta is in an uptrend, but no real triggers there. We also have the good old Microsoft. Same deal. There was a pretty clean downside trigger in meta right here, but there was also an upside trigger. So we thought that it might develop into a good play there, and it has since not developed into a good play. So we do have our I think meta, we put an end for butterfly there. I don't think it's I think it's fire and forget. We just let it ride. We'll double check here, see what we got for the meta. Yeah, it's a butterfly. So yeah, it's 90% down, but the P&L open is like negative $22. We paid absolutely nothing for that in meta. So don't trip, baby. Don't trip. Oh, this is Microsoft. Are we even in this? It still meta. Yeah, we're not in that. I don't know why there's an arrow there. There shouldn't be an arrow there at all. You get that confusing me. Cool. All right. There's Microsoft. So if we go back to meta, let's take a peek. Yeah, it's a butterfly. And it's just to highs here. It actually peekabooed up there. We didn't get out in time, so that's the one good news about butterflies, is they're cheap enough to where you don't really care. And if they work, they pay off very well. And if they don't work, you're not tripping about them not working. Leave that in the book. Also, no trigger here. Nice rip though over the last 2 days for that guy in the uptrend, but it has since hit really high resistance and then kind of pulled back. So just something to think about. Respecting these. This is kind of what we talk about on the channel. Is you see this play, it happens, it kind of away from you. There's the GLD. We'll go pop back over there real quick. Get our books in order. But you see it pop up here, and it hits resistance, and it starts to pull back. That's just basic resistance, supply and demand resistance there. So we get filled on GLD, and we have our plan in place. And with having our plan in place, you really kind of you put your alerts and you kind of set it and forget it. You kind of set it and forget it. So that way, you put the arrows. He kind of uses as bookkeeping, but this is your stop out here. You respect all your buyers. Maybe they step in. You don't know who's who. If they've been able to do this, they might be able to do more, right? So these guys are already off sides. These guys are off sides. I would say, you take it off maybe at the gap. Maybe it's looking to fill a couple of these gaps here from the gap down. And there you go. So that's kind of what we're looking for. If you're a little aggressive, you want to see it hit all-time highs, that's the thing. We'll put an alert up there, but I don't see it hitting that. I do want to take it off to fill the gaps, really. Maybe even this gap is a little bit more appropriate. So filling these gaps, this gap, to maybe peak highs would be nice, right? Actually, we'll drop this down. I just want to see if it'll fill the gap for a nice close to 1-to-1. We're a little bit, we don't have the edge there if we keep it like that. But if it fills this gap, we do have the edge. So, like 1.5 to 1. So we'll take that. We'll take 1.5 to 1, really. Hopefully, it just kind of blows through that, and people see the dip there. Continuing on, and then we'll par for the day. Decor, no triggers. It is S-Bull on the day, as you can see here. Really nice red rip in the core. We did take the core off of post earnings. As it stepped in red, the rib happened. We were able to take some and let it go off of the bounce rally. And it didn't really go anywhere else. Good thing we did, because it popped really hard. But there was another trigger to get into the downside. It would have been really nice. Again, this was really, really juicy. Probably should have took this play in the core. I don't know where I was for that one. But yeah, that in the core play would have netted a very juicy profit. It's kind of what you want to see. It's in the wheelhouse. A lot of people get extended here, and they kind of get washed. So the fundamentals here, it just kind of falls through there. So Nucor, shout out to Nucor, and the lesson that we got. But we did hit our base hit. We don't have to hit every single one. So USO, not too much shaking there. It is in a downtrend, so watch out for getting washed. But this is what I'm talking about, the edge here, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it petering out. You kind of want that snapback. You want it to be tight and really push. So if you see breaks, you want at least 2, maybe a week of follow through, right? And you get it for 3 weeks. You hold it for a week. You don't get that much theta decay. It works out really good. Most rallies, most transitions short term are going to be in a 3-week range. So if there's going to be a major rally, you can look to see like 3 weeks of consistency, and you can maximize it. 1, 2, 3 kind of peters out, right? You could even say, even back here, 1, 2, 3, right? Kind of goes neutral on the third one, and then 1, 2, 3. So it rests 2 to 3. It rallies 2 to 3, rests 1, and then goes another 3. Rest 1, goes 2, right? And then it kind of works the same way. 1, 2, 3. Downside's a little bit more aggressive, but really 3s is the best rule of thumb. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, right? It's already ran a marathon. So really, ideally, 3 weeks, like what we got this Nucor play. Kind of a little bit more on, this is before we had our system. But we were kind of anticipating it going green off of the very wide rotation. So I didn't mind taking this play to at least fair value, and then it just kind of kept going. It was a little bit of a what we call it there. That's unusual. Not much USO, and then there's oil there, crude, light sweet crude. In the downtrend, descending triangle though is something to take note of. Don't scoff at descending triangles or ascending triangles for that matter. So oil could be in for a bad time. We'll put the level there. It's not at all-time lows, obviously, but we'll put another level here for danger area bounce. If it bounces, it might bounce because it's done it twice, 3 times. And that's how we play that. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this kind of a Tuesday tussle. This is your boy, MC Fire, tapping in with you guys. And have a good day. Goodbye.